Yep. Yeah, maybe washing dishes. Yes.
I'll make sure to make an announcement to everybody.
Yep. Well, as I was driving in today, I got a call. It said, like, April 19th, and instructed.
Cool.
And then my Prius. So it's now sitting at a hawker shop where they both need us. They specialize in both. That's hybrid.
Well, at night, it's part of our.
No, I know. Well,
Yeah.
that's right. I'm already put in.
No, I don't want to be a list of plans.
Like, yeah.
Go for it. Well, that's like the form.
Oh, we should.
Yeah.
If I want to just like, no, I think about.
Yep. You're just start writing checks.
Yeah, I'm just like, never been.
And you,
But I stay up until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
and so that's where I done talk about. Took it in for the oil change. And you know, then it goes, brake hard, tires, shocking, and struts. So I don't want to set that. I would say you.
Kyle, we're ready when you are.
Yeah, man, thank you.
I wasn't like specifically asked to attend that, so I thought she was a part of it. And I'm not on.
Yeah, cool. Gabriella, I didn't know.
I would like to be able to attend those, but I, since I'm not part of the committee.
We started the recording.
Recording has been started, so we are going to call this on to work. Oh, with the recording has started. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to call this meeting to order at 11:54. My name is Tommy Hughes, and I'm Vice Chair of the City of San Diego's Commission for Arts and Culture and Chair of the Commission's Policy and Funding Committee. We're going to do a quick roll call from Commissioner attendance. I'm not going to make them safely present. Eric Lozito with us. Commissioner Tracy Pizzetto here. Welcome. Commissioner Paul Martin here. Welcome. Commissioner Leanne Keenan here. Welcome. Dave Hughes is an expected absence. Thank you all very much for your consistent noted. We're going to move on now to non-agenda public comment. Public is invited to submit comments on agenda and non-agenda items by web form accessible through the agenda and website. The public can also in person and this webinar attendees, members of the public, submit comments in writing by the web form. Staff will read that aloud via protocol. I'm going to call on Gabriella to read aloud and non-agenda public comment or to call on attendees. Gabriella.
Thank you. We will serve as members of the public who are attending in person. Please fill out a speaker slip, which is over here. If you have not already done so, for virtual attendees, please click the button to raise your hand to indicate that you would like to comment. Any non-agenda public comments? Seeing none.
On to the chair's report. Number one is we have an action item of committee minutes from January 12th. So we just want to get and note the agenda is a meeting, right? It is not public, it's policy funding. But the January 12th policy and funding committee meeting minutes, everyone had time to review. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the minutes? Oh, thank you. Perfect. Would anyone like to make a motion to approve the minutes? You do not have to have been here.
I'll move.
Thank you. Kim. Motion, you have a second. Mark, you have a first and a second, and the discussion. will now take the vote. Call your name and then please respond out loud with yea, nay, or abstain. And just a reminder, you don't need to have been present in January to vote on. Commissioner Tracy DeZenzo. Commissioner Kamal Martin. Commissioner Camp.
Yay.
I also yay. Commissioner excuse and veto by attendance. All right. Moving on. Commission business. Here, there are no other reports. Gabrielle, please, for the next item, yep, we've got fiscal year 2025 organizational support program and
Just
great.
public comment first.
Can we announce the thing and then ask if there's public comment?
Yes, just any public comments for other reports.
Thank you. So, Gabrielle, since we allow any public comment or commission business or other reports.
If you would like to submit public comment, please raise your hand now. Seeing none?
Okay, now moving on, fiscal year 2025 organizational support program, let's get into the San Diego CCSE ranks. We're going to start with conflict of interest disclosures. The recommendation affects agreements with FY25 organizational support program and Creative Community San Diego applicants. Please review the list accompanying the staff report and assess whether you have any conflicts to disclose. When I call your name, you have no conflicts, please state no conflicts. If you do have a conflict, please recuse yourself from the discussion and voting on the action items. Commissioner Dr. Alberto Leo is not with us. Commissioner Tracy DeZenzo, no comment. Thank you. Commissioner Palmer.
I disclosed my conflicts on the form before we start the meeting.
Gabrielle, I have a question on that. Does Commissioner Martin have to recuse?
Yeah,
Okay.
in discussion.
Great, thank you very much. Commissioner Van Kim.
No conflict.
You, not in attendance, and I do not have conflicts to disclose. I'd like to now call on Gabrielle to provide an overview of the action items and recommendation. Gabrielle.
Thank you, Tyler, and good morning. We are recommending from the City of San Diego, Commission for Arts and Culture, recommends the City of San Diego Mayor and City Council the proposal ranks as follows. We first recommend proposal ranks for the organizational support program as submitted by the Commission advisory panels. Second, we recommend proposal ranks for Creative Community San Diego funding categories as submitted by the Commission advisory panels. Just to give a little bit of background on our application process thus far, in October of last year, the City of San Diego issued the Part 1 application for funding categories OSP and CCFD. Approximately 197 organizations submitted an application to Part 1. Of those applicants, approximately 194 were deemed qualified and invited to submit a Part 2 application. Qualified applicants with an agreement with the city from the previous funding cycle, so that would be 2024, did have the option to elect between submitting a Part 2 application and renewing their previous agreement. In total, we had 77 eligible proposals submitted in response to Part 2, and 103 applicants requested and were granted the option to renew. So 77 moved to panels and 103 renewed. For those that did renew, how that works is basically they retain the ratified rank this year. Then we moved on to panels. In January of this year, the commission appointed funding advisory panels, and they participated in review of the FY25 proposals received by the city. Over a 2-week period, the funding advisory panel convened 10 separate public meetings. Each panel evaluated a specific group of proposals using standard criteria and scoring. And the panels also included a process allowing applicants to address, the panel at large, both before discussion and after deliberation. After evaluation of all proposals and scoring, each funding advisory panel voted to recommend ranks for their specific group of proposals. The list included today in your packet shows all qualified applicants. And that includes both that went to panel this year and who opted to renew. And that's indicated by an asterisk on the list there. As stated in our funding guidelines, any organization that receives a rank of 2+ or below will be deemed not aligned with scoring criteria. They will not be recommended to receive an award. Per the guidelines, an applicant not recommended to receive an award may submit an appeal, and that must be submitted no later than 5 p.m. on the 10th calendar day following notification. We did have one applicant that scored a 2+ or below. They were notified and no appeal was received. And looking forward, following our committee's recommendation today, the commission will receive and vote to recommend the PERT2 application proposal ranks to the mayor and city council. Staff will use recommended ranks as one of the factor in the calculation of each applicant's award amount using the standard award algorithm as stated in the funding guidelines. Final award amounts will be announced by June 28th of this year. Of course, all contingent on available funds in the adopted fiscal year 2025 city budget.
All right. Now I'd like to request any public comment for this agenda item. Gabrielle, please read any public comment that was submitted in writing and all they would like to provide.
No public comments submitted in writing. Any public comments likely to be submitted, please raise your hand now. Seeing none.
Thank you very much. All right. Would anyone like to make a motion to recommend to the city of San Diego Arts Culture, recommend to the city of San Diego mayor and city council the first ranks for fiscal year 2025 as follows. One, recommended proposed ranks for organizations for program as submitted by Commission Advisory Council. Two, recommended proposal ranks for creative community San Diego by categories as submitted by Commission Advisory Council. Thank you, Commissioner Dispenzo. Is there a second? All right, we have a first and a second. Is there any discussion?
The organization that got the 2+, when you tell them that they didn't get that, is there like a conversation that you have with them, and do you kind of tell them what they could or could not have done with their application to?
Sure. So for the purpose of the appeal, that's sort of a standardized notification, letting them know. We did have the organization in question attend the panel as well, so they could hear feedback, which was really great. It was just a matter of the completeness of the application, which was understood.
And Gabrielle, on that, was it a CCSD or an OSP?
CCSD.
Okay.
That's related to my disclosure of conflicts. I'm still here to vote on the full
No.
of that vote.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I need to remove myself physically from the vote as well, or I guess?
Yes.
Okay. I'll step up.
Okay.
Just making sure we're. Yep.
Thank you. We'll let you back. We'll let you back.
Well, I think just one thing to note, it's just a thank you, Gabrielle, and to Kip, now absent Kip, but Kip, for running just such a great process, and to the entire team for bringing in such wonderful analysts, the robust discussions that we're able to have. And it's been several years since we started working on this professionally. professionalization of the panels, and it's really exciting to hear the discussions and the level of detail that is now able to be gone through. It's really exciting. So thank you. Thanks to everybody in the commission for working so hard on this.
Thanks.
Well, then I'm going to, it's a long vote. I'm going to
So,
say
yeah.
thank you, Commissioner Martin.
Bye-bye.
Going to plug the name and please respond out loud with yay, nay, or abstain. Commissioner Dr. Elmer, you know, it's not with us. Commissioner DeZenza.
Yeah.
Martin has recused himself. Commissioner Lincoln.
Yeah.
Thank you. Commissioner Acuse is absent today. My vote is a yay as well. Great. Mr. Martin, that?
Real quick.
All that? You said no. Really quite amazing. All right, I'm going to respond to staff report. Ask Steve Jones to complete us. Where's my?
Okay, well, I don't have any, but I can update you that, we are working with our impact grantees. I mentioned this, the executive committee that, they, are working in their planning and development phase right now. We had our first convening with them in late February, and that was a great opportunity for them to meet each other, share with each other a little bit more about what their project is conceptually, and just kind of become kind of a cohort. So it was really great. All of them, including their partners in general, were able to come. I think we had one that couldn't, but we'll be able to come to our next convening. So we'll be kind of convening them again at the end of April and bringing in a consultant. We're working to hire, we'll be starting to do capacity building with them, starting to drill down on what are measurements, what are outcomes, how do you integrate that into your planning development of a project. And then they're also going to be offering one-on-one coaching with them, whether it's about the project or just other needs they have, and just general capacity building as a group or organization or resident artists that will be available to them. They'll be doing their planning and development through the end of June, and then they'll start to shift into implementation for fiscal year 2025. So it's exciting to see that. We're just kind of feeling like we're ramping up. We have a whole kind of year to go with this cohort, so that's really exciting. And you know that these projects are really deep in the community, and I'm really excited to be able to share out more once they continue to plan and develop them over the next couple months. So we'll be planning to do some highlighting and kind of uplifting them as they start to move into implementation. So that's happening, and then just for the good of this group, just for information, the Far South Border North program, as you all know, is in full swing in terms of all of the grantees, all 78 or 60-ish are individual artists and practitioners, and there are 18 organizations who have over 100 artists and practitioners. I keep counting, it keeps changing, but it's over 100 the artists and practitioners that they're all working with are in full swing with their public messaging campaigns. So they again are very targeted campaigns within specific communities that are in the lowest quartile of California's Open Places Index, not only in San Diego County, but also Imperial County. So they are out there doing the work, whether it's public health related to COVID disparities, or if it's social justice, environmental, as well as civic engagement. So really happy to see that all happening. We're going to be doing some more networking with them. They really have become kind of a group in and of themselves, and it's really been exciting to see how organically they are making connections with each other outside of ourselves. Like when I I'm at an event or something, and I see one of these artists or practitioners, they're always like, hey, did you know that so-and-so and I are now doing this together? So it's nice to see how this kind of very loose infrastructure is really starting to kind of tighten up and become something. So we're gonna be doing more, full report out, later this spring with you all, so you can get a better insight into that. And then save the date for September 19th. That is the day that we're gonna just, show and tell and celebrate and really, uplift the artists and practitioners and, the importance of intersectional work when it comes to being able to move forward challenges within our region. So stay tuned on more details for that.
That's a question on the impact grantees and the capacity building consultants. Is that going to be doing development consulting and just funds development and grant writing, best practices, et cetera?
If they need it, it's gonna be, there's like there's gonna be some general convenings just about, the overall kind of program and kind of how do you develop a project budget, some things like how do you figure out measurements and outcomes for a project. But as I mentioned, they're gonna get individual coaching, so if that's a need that they have, then that can be tailored to them. In addition, this cohort is getting a fast pass to the Nonprofit Academy, which the city is going to be doing again later this year. So they will have access to be able to go to that, participate in that too, where they do have those more like, grant writing, things like that. So I think it's gonna be a little tailored to their needs.
I think bring this to artists. We are also for
Yeah, so, just so for you guys for context, it's public art, the name of it is Public Art Sphere, is capacity building opportunity for artists. It doesn't have to be visual artists, but artists that have studio practices that are interested in moving into public practice. And so we did a couple of years ago, kind of our first one. Sometimes we do call it internally a boot camp. And really what it is a series of like day-long meetings. Usually there's like 3 day-long, not all together, but just basically a commitment that they go to all 3. And basically they get a public art 101, learn about engagement. They're going to learn about design, thinking about how you, translate your work. What does a budget mean? What is contracting, insurance? So all these different factors that really can help support artists to make that transition. So that will be happening a little bit. We're going to be doing that July and August. We're going to be doing a call for artists. It'll be open to artists in San Diego County as well as Baja California. It's technically an endorsed project for the Community World Design Capital. A big emphasis for us is design, because that's what they're doing, is public art design and integration within design. So we're going to be focusing on that competitive process. So, once we get the call out, if you know artists interested, we'll get that out there. Again, it does require commitment on the part of the artists, but they get fed, they get to learn, and we have seen our first one really be a pipeline and actually really exciting. So, for example, John Marialis, our photo fellow, went to that and actually talked about how it's valuable to him today. In our public art committee meeting, we had actually 2 artists locally commissioned with CIP projects, capital improvement projects that came out of the program too. So, we're excited to bring in a new crew and to have them kind of build their capacity. So stay tuned.
When is the artist one?
It'll be going out this spring. I'm thinking late April or May.
That last time, that's so exciting. I thought workforce development.
Yeah.
Getting our arts, our public art practitioners around San Diego, the ability not just to engage with the city of San Diego, but just, hey, this is how you do, you want to do a thing in Sacramento, great, here's how to apply that. Thing in Nebraska, great, here's how to apply. That's so cool. Talk about workforce development. What, impact of that.
Well, I mean, I think we can measure it like from a case study perspective in terms of actually artists going through it and then how it's qualitatively for them. As far as data goes, I don't know. I mean, that's something we can certainly start thinking about measuring.
I I'm just thinking, as we're reporting out to city council on the economic impact of the arts, a program like this, which is fairly niche, but building that capacity in our community. And cities can make to, not passively let these artists do their work, but to engage them and train them and give them the know-how. That's really, it'd be interesting to just capture those numbers.
Council brainstorm.
Thank you. Okay. That's great. These fun discussions. Gabrielle, do we have any public comment for staff report?
If you would like to provide public comment, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, no public comments.
Thank you. Okay. And moving on to new business for future agendas. Any new business for next time? This is for the next time we meet, or maybe better suited to have seen outreach. The civic core redevelopment work that's going on through the consultant that they want. I have no idea where they are in the process. I assume it's quite early still. I would love a chance to see how we can communicate with the consultant or receive some updates just to assess to what extent like arts, culture, and creativity is a significant part of what they're looking at, and what does that mean if it is, and what does it mean if it's not.
So the good news is, the staff person recently hired for that. And now
Sorry, say that again?
he's now the recently hired staff person to support that. Then I'll be on the staff side. So we can,
Already in the mix.
you're in the mix,
That's awesome.
and I don't know anything more. That's all.
Maybe this kid gets settled over there. Find a time later in the year to report back. That would be great. Any other items for future agendas? One more focus, the county's arts and culture. I would love to have a conversation with them, either as a full commission of hours and theirs as well, or it's simpler to get a representative of the county commission to come speak to or present to subcommittees with, defer to the chair's discretion on how, but great for all of us to get together and so I love that. The more we could make sure that our processes are in line, theirs are in line with ours, so should say that you're never done before doing something that would be a lot good. And also especially to see what remains uncovered or unaddressed in that beautiful Venn diagram. Yeah. Just for the delta, what they're doing, what we're doing, is not big. Is that something we can, and I know we talked about that for the larger commission too, full commission, but what would we get something in?
So they are, we talked to the staff. They want to wait until they have the reveal of their strategic plan, which is conference at the end of April. I'm not sure exactly when. They have a 2 or 3 year strategic plan that they could develop. At that point, then they're really well, and it's really, we talked with Chair Bosler about whether or not you would like to do a commission, which we're happy to do, or if it's just easier if somebody from that commission comes and talks to you all, and vice versa. Staff is completely open to however you like.
I guess just knowing that, how hard it can be sometimes to get full forums going. Probably get which would be a little tougher, but if you get at least get like so great. Like Sam, okay, everybody is something else about. Just get two.
Either or, if it's just a full commission,
I found that whichever way is the simplest, the most effective,
All right, so we'll ask for, maybe as early as the May commission to get them to, just give it enough days. Okay.
actually, that brings up for agenda next time. May, I am gonna be out of pocket, partners, brother is getting married that afternoon, so we're gonna be able to come. You are out of the country for the next 6 weeks. Have a chair, vice chair, so. here's, Hey, hey. What's the date? May 10th. May 10th.
For this, for the next meeting.
Yeah, yes. So, hey, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Much appreciated. That'll be good. Mr. DeZenza, you want to be vice chair?
I don't think I get a choice, right?
Yeah. Because Albert,
Yeah,
Alberto's not here and Abe's not
Right,
here.
I-
That's why I had one of them.
no, I'm fine.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And that's just for the May meeting.
Yes.
okay. Don't slip it. They know I don't read scripts, right? Okay.
Awesome, thank you very much. That one. All right. And Gabrielle, do we have any comment for future business?
If you would like to provide public comment, please raise your hand now. Seeing none, none permitted.
Very much. All right, well, seeing nothing else, I'm going to give you the gift of time and adjourn this meeting. Thank you all very much. Thank you, staff, for putting together a great meeting.
Thank you.
For everybody takes off, this is an official business plan. Yeah, we're having, April 22nd. Carlos is convening a conversation